Hey, everybody. Welcome to this installment of Faces of the Community, where we have the pleasure of speaking with something that everyone's going to want to know about, home insurance. And we have Josh Hinkle with We Insure, who's located out of Winter Springs, Florida. Hey, Josh, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm great, man. Thanks for having me.
So, your industry is very intriguing these days. Tell us a little bit about it, because I hear everyone talking about the rates going up.
Yeah, it's wild out there right now. We had the luxury of having a pretty steady home insurance market in Florida for a good 10 years probably. Had a nice run where rates didn't go up a ton. Carriers are pretty stable. But yeah, the last few years things have gone downhill fast. And I think the general public and citizens of Florida are really starting to feel the effects of that and see the effects of that as they're getting those notices from their mortgage companies that their mortgage payments are going up because their escrow is short. We've seen an average of 30 to 40% rate increases pretty much across the board. And that's if you're one of the lucky ones that has your insurance carrier still actually staying in business or keeping your policy. We've seen carriers go out of business within the past year. I think we've seen 4 or 5 carriers go insolvent. We have seen carriers non-renewing policies by the tens of thousands across the state of Florida. So yeah, it's not a good situation, not a pretty situation right now.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. So tell us, since I know most people don't know a lot about insurance and they also don't know who to go to, you guys don't necessarily do your own policies. You have multiple insurance companies that you work with, right? So you can shop rates.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're what's considered an independent agent. So we, across all lines of insurance, we represent, over 100 carriers in the state of Florida. So obviously, home insurance for our agency is a big piece of that, kind of our specialty. There was a time where we were, especially in the Central Florida area, writing with 30 or more carriers. Everyone wanted to write business here, but these days, it's kind of a sad state. We're lucky to have 2 or 3 options on certain homes. Obviously, new construction, everybody wants that. So still a great open market for that. But yeah, once the roof gets a little bit older, once the home gets a little bit older, it's getting tougher and tougher to find the options. But we are thankful, with We Insure, because we do represent so many carriers and have good relationships with so many carriers that it's very rare for us to not find an option for folks.
Yeah. Now, when doing an insurance policy, what's the most important thing that you guys look for?
Well, I would say the roof factor is a big thing these days. Believe it or not, there's some carriers that don't want to insure a home that has a shingle roof over 5 years old. And more so talking new business that they would be willing to take on. If you've got an existing policy, there's probably going to be some more flexibility of how long your carrier will be okay with that roof if it's in good condition. But yeah, the roof thing is a big deal these days, roof age and condition. Once you exceed 10 years on a shingle roof, the options drop drastically on who is willing to take on that home as a new business to insure. Other than that, your standard things that we've always looked at, the electrical, plumbing, water heater age is a big deal these days. Claims history. So folks who have filed a lot of claims in the past, unfortunately, a lot of times that is kind of an indicator that there'll probably be more claims filed. So carriers will shy away from that type of business. But again, we usually always have an option available regardless of the situation.
Okay. So what made you decide to get into insurance and open your own business?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, not something I thought I was going to do when I was a kid, but for a long time, I kind of had the dream of owning my own business. And was in banking for a while, and I had some friends in insurance, and just really saw a great opportunity to have, insurance as a gateway into owning my own business. And so started out working with a well-known captive carrier, learned a lot from them, working for some other agents, and realized though that I wanted to get into the independent agent world, just to give our clients more options. I mean, that's what it came down to at the end of the day. When you work for a captive carrier, you can only write business with that carrier. And so I just felt like it handcuffed options that we could give our clients. If there was a rate increase or a change in their policy, there's only so much you can do. So, looked into options of starting my own independent agency, and got connected with We Insure, which is a franchise company now located all over the country, and just really connected with the leadership team there, and saw just a great opportunity to partner with them and have the opportunity to own my own business, while also being able to link arms with, like I said, over 100 different carriers.
Yeah, and when did you start it? How long have you been doing We Insure?
I've had my own agency now for a little over 7 years.
Oh, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And for those that might not know where your office is, where is it located?
We do have an office location in the Tuscaloosa area, right off of Northern Way and Winter Springs Boulevard, if you're familiar with that area. But we obviously do business all over the state. And I'd like to think we're, just the way that things have moved these days, especially with the insurance agency, a lot of people don't go into their insurance agent's office like maybe they used to do 20 years ago. We're somewhat of a virtual agency. So kind of try to make it easy for our clients to connect, whether that's phone, email, Zoom, or face-to-face. So whatever works best.
So, and, I know we talked a little bit about housing and things like that, but is there any other insurance policies that you guys write out of your office?
Yeah, so I would say we focus on personal lines primarily. So that's going to be your home, auto, umbrella for that additional liability protection, life insurance. So that's really our main focus. We do have the ability to do commercial, but that's just not something that we focus on too much in our agency. And we do have some good sources there that we can connect our clients to if they are looking for commercial business insurance.
Okay, awesome. And then your office, your company, I know is a little bit involved in the community. So what type of things do you guys do in the community?
Yeah, man, that's was one thing that was really important to us, in owning my own business, wanting to be connected in the community, not just for the sake of helping our business, but to actually be integrated in the community and help in the community as best we can. So one of the main areas I would say that we've been involved in is the Casselberry Chamber of Commerce. And that's been primarily just thanks to my wife, Kelly, who has really just taken that on, and she does a lot of our networking, and she got involved in the Casselberry Chamber, 7 years ago, and quickly got lassoed into becoming, vice president, as you well know. So they're always looking for willing folks to jump in and take the reins and lead. But she's done an awesome job with that. We've made some great connections within the Casselberry Chamber. Really have helped us just kind of fall in love with the city of Casselberry too. I mean, just holds a special place in our heart. Even though my office is technically Winter Springs, I mean, all these areas around here are very well connected and integrated. But yeah, we love the chamber. She's got a special passion for leading the Casselberry Food and Wine event every year, usually in the October-November timeframe. So that's always just such a fun time, a great event, and just all of the other events that go on within the Casselberry Chamber. So it's a great group. And if anyone's looking, in this area, Winter Springs, Casselberry, looking to get connected with some other small business owners, Tim, I know you're super involved as well, and would just encourage you to go check it out, man. Go to a lunch, check out some of the events that go on. It's a great time, great way to network and to be involved in the community.
Yeah, no, definitely. And all I got to say is, God bless your wife for chairing the Food and Wine Festival, because that is a big task that's difficult to find someone to chair, and she's done it many times
She
successfully.
does. She loves it. She enjoys it. I know I think this year passing the reins over to some other folks a little bit. She'll still be involved, even if she says she's not going to. She will be.
Yeah, it's like the person she keeps trying to kick away, but comes back to her.
Yes. Yeah, she loves it.
So, all right, before we end for today, do you have any amazing, fun, interesting insurance stories that we would love to hear that you can share?
Oh man.
Story time, put you on the spot.
Yeah, put me on the spot there. I'd have to think. I don't know off the top of my head. Insurance. It's not not the super exciting thing. But yeah, I've got some wild ones. Probably not appropriate to share. But it's I think right now we're in just a crazy time. With especially like we touched on the home insurance market, and I would just encourage folks, to take notice of what's going on, to learn about it. One of the websites that we refer people to is www.fltortreform.com. That's FLTORT reform.com. They have some good articles just to help folks understand what's going on in the market, why we're in the situation we're in, but more than that, what you can do as a homeowner and resident and citizen of the state of Florida to take action, to reach out to your local representatives. And I know that's something a lot of people maybe have never done, or, I'm not a big political guy. It's not something I've done a lot, but, situations like this kind of will open your eyes and make you realize that you do have a voice and you can step up and reach out to your representatives and let them know that we need to see change happen. We need to see action from our politicians in the state. And there's a push to hopefully see Governor DeSantis call a special legislative session this year to tackle some of these issues to help the homeowners of the state of Florida and future homeowners. As a realtor, Tim, that it's getting tough for people who are buying homes to get those homes insured. So it's going to hurt us all. It's going to hinder us all, but I think we will come out of it better. And I would just encourage folks to look into that and take action.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, I lied. I do have another question that I think our viewers would love to hear. Going into what could be a very active hurricane season from an insurance standpoint, do you have any advice of what they, I hope not too, but based off reports I saw this week,
I know.
Is there any advice for homeowners that they should look into with their insurance to be prepared in case the worst does happen?
Yeah. And actually, I just was reading this morning that, I guess the Colorado State University came out with their prediction for the hurricane season, and they're predicting slightly or about the same, I guess, as last year, prediction wise. Who knows what'll come of that. But I would just say to folks, take a look at your home insurance policy now. Understand, what your deductibles are at, understand where your coverage is at, keep a copy of that policy handy somewhere, whether it's a hard copy or something electronic. Just take the precautions that, that are shared. I know in Florida, sometimes it's easy for us, I'm a Floridian born and raised, and, it's easy just to kind of scoff at, oh, storms come in, no big deal. But I think we've seen some big ones, the last 5 years, thinking back on Irma, that caught a lot of people off guard and did a lot of damage just all across the state. Just, be prepared, take care of your family. That's the most important thing. And then, as soon as if a storm does pass through and there's damage to your home, obviously reach out to your insurance carrier right away. And something Tim touched on, I think we were just having a conversation about this earlier, but if anyone comes to your home to look at the home, look at damage, I would highly encourage you not to sign an assignment of benefits. That's an AOB for short. Some contractors might make it sound really good. Like they'll take over your claim. You don't have to worry about it. But essentially, when you sign that assignment of benefits, you're signing your rights away to the claim. You have no control over the claim. The insurance carrier really can't even discuss the claim with you at that point. It all goes to the contractor and attorneys, and it gets drawn out typically and can become a very messy situation. So I'd encourage you, do not sign an assignment of benefits. Reach out to your insurance agent, reach out to your insurance carrier directly, and take the necessary steps to file a claim from there.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing just to add, that if I was in real estate, I wouldn't know, and maybe I'm the only person in the world that didn't know this. If we have another thing where we get hit with multiple storms like in 2004, that insurance deductible isn't for each storm, it's for that year. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The hurricane deductible is a calendar year deductible. Correct.
Yeah, so I did not know that until I became a realtor, and I don't think many people knew that. They're all like, oh, I got to pay this deductible each time. No, not the case.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's hope we don't get hit by multiple storms, but yes.
Let's hope not, but just in case, it's good to know. It's peace of mind.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So, but thank you so much for your time today, Josh. We really appreciate it. And if anyone's looking to get some good insurance quotes, Josh and We Insure is a great company to go to and check out. So thank you again.
Thanks, Tim. Appreciate it.
No problem.